Hello, welcome to Lydia's channel. I am an IGCSE, FLE, and ESL teacher for the Cambridge International Curriculum, as you can see here. Today, we are going to take a look at strategies for Paper 2, Question 1, Directed Writing. Students tend to struggle with identifying implicit points and generating evaluations. In order to identify implicit points, you need to identify explicit points first. There are many strategies you can use for this, but we'll only use text to self and text to world for today. This is the definition for this strategy. But what will help you remember better is practicing it. Let's understand the explicit meaning in this statement first. Read the question. Is the world a better place now? Then read the statement and answer it. You have 30 seconds to answer. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. If you answered yes, then good job. Next, let's identify the implicit meaning of the same statement. Firstly, read the statement and circle the questions you would ask if you are relating the statement to yourself. Let's look at the statement. I'll underline the word yourself. Now, look for questions related to you and the statement. You have 1 minute. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. Is question 1 related to yourself and the statement? Not question 1. Good. What about question 2 and 3? Is it related to yourself and the statement? Yes, they are. Good. Question 4. Does the world have more infrastructure now than 1,000 years ago? Does this question relate to you? No, not question 4 too. The answers are question 2 and question 3 only. Let's try text to world. Circle the questions you would ask if you're relating this statement to the world. Read the statement and circle the questions accordingly. I'll underline the word world. Now, look for questions related to the world and the statement. You have 1 minute. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. If you answered question 1, good. That is the answer. If you answered question 4, 2, good. That is the answer as well. Since that statement was used with the text to self question, let's try another one. Circle the questions you would ask if you are relating this statement to the world. What word should I underline? The word world. Good. Also, what is this statement talking about? People or a method? Pause the video and think about it. You may play the video when you have the answer. Right, it is talking about a method. So, look for text-to-world questions relating to a method. Read the statement and circle the questions accordingly. You have 1 minute. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. Let's look at question 3. Is this text-to-world or self? Right, self. Does question 1 relate to yourself? No. What about question 2? No as well. Is that all? What about question 4? Should humans relate to self? Are you a human? Yes. So question 4 is a text to self question. The answers are question 1 and 2 only. Now, answer the questions at the bottom to create the text to self points. I'll give you an example of how you can do this. Let's look at this first question. Underline the words that you might focus on. You have 30 seconds. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. Which are the words you want to underline? I hope you've already decided. You should underline advantages, I, majority, and literate. If you underline additional words, it's fine. You must have underlined these 4 words. This is the implicit question and implicit point of the statement. The world is a better place in the 21st century as 86% of the world's population is educated. Text to self-implicit point is I have advantages in the 21st century due to the majority of the world being literate. These are the advantages I've thought about. This statement explicitly say that there are advantages now. No, it doesn't explicitly say that, it just says better place. Does it specifically talk about law and law enforcement? No. These are implicit points. Does it talk about standards of living? No. Does it talk about human rights? No. So these are implicit points from the statement. I'll just take having law and law enforcement as my point that I want to evaluate. I have advantages in the 21st century due to the majority of the world being literate. And how I evaluate that is, in the past, the laws of the country relied on hierarchy of wealth alone. Now, if a normal citizen is robbed, he would be able to make a police report and the police would investigate it fairly. That is my evaluation of how the world is a better place. Now it's time for you to try. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can. You can take a screenshot of this and use it as a reference to evaluate the second question. Second question is, how am I contributing to the world as an educated person? Underline the words that you might focus on. You have 30 seconds. Pause the video and play when you are ready to answer. Here are the words that you might want to focus on. How, contributing to the world, educated. Implicit point. I am contributing to the world as I become more educated. Or I will contribute to the world in the future when I finish my education. Or I will make the world a better place since I am educated. You have 2 minutes to think of using any of these points with its evaluation. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. Here is a model evaluation. Compare your answer with this. It's alright if you didn't generate an identical response. Similar answers are acceptable too. I will contribute to the world due to my education. This is an implicit point. All young people are given an education so that they can work in the future and help the country progress financially, socially, and economically. Education is not a selfish endeavor, but one that is meant to be used to serve yourself and other people. Teaching elderly about technology, they can use their phone if they need help. Take a break and let's see if you were paying attention to what we've been doing. You have 10 seconds to pick true or false. Pause the video and play again when you are ready. Great! I know that you were paying attention. The answer is true. Answer the questions at the bottom to create text-to-world evaluations. I'm sure I don't need to give you an example now. However, let's underline some words. Which words would you focus on? You have 30 seconds. Pause the video and play again when you are ready to answer. You should have underlined world before and educated. What about the second question? More infrastructure? Good. 1,000 years ago. Now you have 4 minutes to think of 1 point for each question. Remember, 1 point needs to have 1 evaluation. Here are some sample evaluations. Compare your answers with these. It is alright if your answers are not identical to these responses. Similar answers are acceptable too. Please think about how you are feeling. Today we learned about identifying implicit points and generating evaluations. Thank you. Please subscribe if you have not already done so.